What's going on, guys? Welcome back to 4to Score Sports, episode 27. Yankees have 27 rings, hopefully 28 this year. You guys know how that goes. Obviously, welcome to YouTube. Welcome back to YouTube. It's been a minute, about 20-some episodes. But we're obviously on YouTube now. A lot of people are saying they want to see our faces, our beautiful, beautiful faces for some reason. So let's make sure this is a great one. You're here with me, Ryan. You're here with Mr. Zach Dietrich. He's back again. Mr. Devontae Key.
Yo.
And Mr. Colt Powell, as always.
Was good.
So, since last week, obviously, NBA finals are going on, MLB season's going on, college baseball, WNBA, Olympic teams, Olympic trials, a lot of stuff's going on. So we're going to jump right into it. But before we do, shout out Pub Sports Talk. We love you guys. You guys are doing great things. We're partnering up soon. We're going to come together, merge together, do some stuff there. Yeah, let's go. Let's jump into NBA. So obviously the Suns and the Clippers are going against each other right now. It's 2-0 Phoenix as we record. As you guys are listening to this series is obviously different. And then on the other side, we have the Bucks and the Hawks. And the Hawks are up 1-0.
1-0, huge win last night.
Yep.
For the Hawks. Trae Young, John Collins could not be stopped on the pick and roll for a while. I think Trae had 45 something last night.
Something crazy.
The Hawks are legit, dude. The Hawks are legit.
It was a pretty good game too. I'm fairly surprised at both teams. So Trae went off, John Collins went off. I'm excited to see the rest. This is the first playoff series I've been excited to watch. So
this year, or like in a long time, or
not like in a. I think the last time I was excited, or like I don't know what's gonna happen next, was with the Heat and the Mavericks, and that was what 2012, some
11?
weird year like that. 11, yeah. So it's what
10
years to the day. So I hope they bring it. Like the bubble was actually pretty cool, but
I hated it.
We'll see.
Bubble sucked. No fans is terrible. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
But you haven't been excited for a series since in 10 years.
No, for a while. For a while, I was more so into college basketball because I like when LeBron went off with that series with the Heat, and then Steph came on the scene.
He did not go off in the 2011 series.
Not the 2011, but
09 or something.
Actually, you know what? I take it back. It wasn't them. It was when Steph and the Warriors were going off, and it just seemed like every year they were going to be in the finals. So I was like, there's no point in watching. I mean, you saw the moments with the block and all that stuff, but
so like when KD came in, it got weird.
Yeah. So it's just like,
That's
what's
fair.
the point? We know it's going to happen.
Yeah, I kind of feel that when Golden State and Cleveland started playing each other at the very beginning, I liked it when it was Steph, Clay, and Dre for the first 2 years, really. And then obviously a 3-1 comeback happened, all that stuff. That was the last series that I enjoyed. And that Game 7 is that the best, most important game of our lives, like sports-wise? Like I feel like that was like the best game in like an elimination game in the like championship game. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can have a game.
I don't know. What about
round.
the Spurs? The Spurs with the Ray Allen shot.
What, 2013?
Yeah. I mean, y'all, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. I mean, it's like they give you the matchup that everybody expects, and then they try to. I keep saying it like it's like wrestling where it's scripted, but for a while, put it like this: for a while, I thought the finals were scripted because I mean they gave you the teams you thought were going to be there, but they like changed the narrative. Like, oh man, they're coming from behind. That's that sort of thing. Somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody got suspended. You know, that sort of thing. But now that 2020's passed, throwing everybody for a loop, we're in 2021, and we got kids born when I was in high school taking over the league. It's kind of crazy to see.
High school, man. You're really calling yourself older and older every week, aren't you? You had another 10 years. Like, come on.
Yeah. But it is kind of wild. But what hit me, you remember they were doing the draft and they were asking them questions like, what is this? and it was a picture of like I think like a Super Nintendo or something, or a Tamagotchi pet.
Oh
And
yeah.
none of the people getting drafted knew, and I'm thinking like, there's no way somebody knows something, and everybody failed. Like nobody knew anything. So I was like, oh my God, time is crazy. But this final series is also going as crazy. I'm excited for it. I'm trying to tune in, illegal stream or not, trying to see what's going on.
Well, yeah, I know
ABC,
what you
if
mean.
you
Like
listening.
the playoffs this year have been the most exciting playoffs, I feel, since maybe 2014, 15, whenever it was. I think maybe the first year Golden State got there was pretty exciting, but still everyone kind of knew they were going to be there. But right now, like I saw this tweet and it said not having big market teams still in the playoffs like is causing the NBA to suffer. I completely disagree. Like
I think they do it based off of people that actually like, as they cater more to the people that are always tuned into the games. Apparently, like somebody tweeted, Dragonfly Jones tweeted that like 65-year-old man in Ogden, Utah, is upset that the Jazz didn't make it, or upset that the Warriors didn't make it, whereas like I guess mostly like the younger crowd, like millennials and Gen Z, we're actually watching these series. Like we're trying to see what's going to happen next, who's going to pull through for their team. And then too is like this helps out these teams that haven't really been doing so well in marketing for a while. Like the Hawks, I think they just got by because they were in Atlanta, but freaking Milwaukee, like nobody, I can't think of anybody that willingly cheered for Milwaukee in my
like
lifetime.
Phoenix. Like
Phoenix, I don't know, because Arizona's kind of weird. They support whatever, like they were there from the beginning, but like all these new people trying to support Phoenix now, or like the carryover from whoever, like big fans of CP3 that went with him wherever he went, or the fans they gained from getting Devin Booker. And then the Clippers too. There's not many, like Vince Staples is the most famous Clippers fan that I know. I don't know anybody else. So
yeah. I mean, I know what you mean, but I think that these playoffs are some of the most competitive they've been in a long time. I'm loving watching these young guys star. Like Devin Booker's playing his ass off. Giannis is young. He's playing pretty well. I mean, hell, even the Nets and the Bucks that was going on last week. KD, wow.
He snapped.
I mean, you can't forget Trae Young. He's a young guy doing it. The whole Hawks roster, John Collins, he's playing great. Like,
who's not playing great? Solomon freaking Hill. To this day, I'm still confused about that guy, but
Solomon
he's getting
Hill,
his back.
Really? That's my all-star that's playing terrible. Come on, Keith.
Yeah, it's just what all-star.
Solomon Hill. Nobody expects more than 8 points and 4 rebounds out of him.
Yeah, but like I've been wondering for the longest time, like what do teams gain from having Solomon Hill there?
He's a
like
vet.
I don't remember him. I mean, I guess seniority, like a whole Halen group. I don't know.
It's like Udonis Haslem on the Heat. Well, not the same, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he can fight. I don't think Solomon Hill can fight. That's all you need for real. Crowd control,
Yeah.
I don't know. He's getting to the bag. Shout out to him for making it from Arizona. It's crazy too, because he went to Arizona, but now he's in ATL helping the young bloods kill it. Shout out Kevin Huerter. That man dotted up my boy Tobias Harris to be where he is now.
That reminds me. Ben Simmons, he's due for an extension.
In Shanghai.
In Shanghai? Is Ben Simmons going to Shanghai? He's not going to Australia for Team USA. Or is it New Zealand? Where's he from?
I thought it was Australia.
Australia. Yeah, but he already said he's not playing for them. He's going to train in the off season. But like, I see a lot of stuff. Like, do you think you could beat Ben Simmons in like a 3-point contest?
You're tripping. Like, you know what? Just because I am who I am, I'm gonna say yes. But could I beat Ben Simmons 1-on-1? Absolutely not. No way. No how.
I couldn't beat a single NBA player 1-on-1.
Yeah,
you know what? I can't say that in good
You
conscience.
cannot,
That's it.
Keith, stop. Just
Hey,
stop. You're embarrassing
Hey,
yourself. You're
all
embarrassing
fans,
yourself.
go back to what I said about Kirk Heinrich. How long? It's almost been a year. I still mean it. If you can find Kirk, tell him to set it up. Tell him to give me a free Kansas set of shorts, and I'm there to play him. Kirk Heinrich, tell him to hit me up.
Rex.
But I had a theory, like I've always said this, because I don't see Ben Simmons playmaking, after transition stops. Where does he go? Like, what is?
That's true.
I don't want to
That's
say
true.
what is his purpose. Like, if he can't drop that shoulder, he's done for.
Yeah.
He can beat somebody off the dribble, but I mean, if
You
you're
gotta
not
get to the second
built like
level.
a football, if you're not built like a football player, you're not gonna stop him. But I honestly think if they had another ball hand, like a actual ball handler, like, and put him at the 4 and let him do secondary ball handling, I think whoever his team is would be a lot better off. But
I agree.
people say like he's a main ball. I don't believe that. Like, as of now, I for real don't believe that.
Thing is about Ben Simmons, I mean, he's a great athlete. He's a good defender out there, but he kills your spacing offensively. He absolutely kills it. And that'd be my worry about him being a secondary ball handler. You're going to have the primary ball handler taking the ball up, and immediately, like, Ben Simmons just kills the space in the offense. He's going to clog up the lanes for Embiid, and that's just going to be a problem. So I don't know. I just question his fit with Philadelphia as well. I don't
like if you could trade, because Ben Simmons is what, like 23, 22, 23, 24?
He's 22. He was 19 when he got in the league, I thought.
Yeah, so he's probably 22, 23 now.
Mm-hmm.
He's young. He almost won Defensive Player of the Year, been an All-Star twice. Do you think him and Dame could swap?
You said who?
Him and Damian Lillard. I think Ben Simmons and like 2 first-round picks for Damian Lillard. Because cap space would barely match up,
I don't know, man.
After they like a sign and trade type thing.
I mean, if you think about it, just based off of Dame's gameplay, don't they have sort of like all that shooting? It's definitely not on the same level, but don't you think it would be more cost effective to keep Seth Curry and have them come off the bench for all that shooting?
Yeah,
because I mean, what they do need somebody like with a killer instinct. I get that.
Seth and Danny Green, they switch a lot, don't they? Like coming off the bench, right? But I think if you can keep Danny Green, because I'm pretty sure he's like 1-year deal for the rest of his career, 1-2-year deals. So like he'll be out of there soon. Seth Curry will probably be out of there soon. He's a 2-year guy himself. I think if you could get would Damian Lillard, if you just swap them person for person, would Damian Lillard on the 76ers make them better?
No.
And one-on-one with Ben Simmons.
Yeah, like obviously they change the game styles, things like that, but you lose a great defender. You lose a lot of size. Like what the 76ers and like their team, like Embiid, the way he plays, Tobias Harris, the way he plays, would they be as good? Like, would they need Seth Curry? Would they need Danny Green? Because they have the shooting at the guard spot then. You know what I mean?
But then I don't know. I'm a defense guy.
I think yes, they would be a lot better.
He's losing a lot on defense though. So I mean that is a good question, but I don't know about that, Chief. I don't know about that one.
I think it's like I don't think it's no question. I think it's actually a lot closer. I think people are shitting on Ben Simmons a lot more than they should.
I think we could definitely argue that he's an elite playmaker. He's shown that. Now, does that really get him anywhere when he can't get a bucket in the third and fourth quarter of a playoff game when he's supposed to be the second superstar next to Joel Embiid? That's when you need Dame. And I'm just obviously they lose a little bit defensively, but the 76ers were great all year defensively. Obviously you have guys in there like Danny Green and guard.
3-and-D.
I think you just got to prioritize Dame's scoring ability, and that's why I just don't even think. I mean, there is an argument there, but I really just don't.
A regular season argument, maybe not so a playoff, because Dame, as we've seen year in, year out, he's one of the best playoff performers of all time at this point. You know, Cole, what are you thinking? You're just nodding your head, agreeing with us.
No, I agree. I think that the 76ers are systematically a great defensive team, and that's because of Doc Rivers. And if I'm talking about the regular season, in the playoffs wise, you can't have your second superstar averaging 8 points a game, shooting under 40% from the free throw line. That just cannot happen. I think when you go to the playoffs in a 7-game series, it's way easier to game plan for someone. We saw it 2 years ago with Toronto and Giannis, how Kawhi it wasn't just Kawhi, it was the whole Raptors defense, how they absolutely shut down Giannis. I mean, Ben Simmons, like, I'm literally, everybody, when I talk sports with them, most people know I'm an avid Ben Simmons supporter, and it's tough for me right now because I can't really defend him. But at the beginning of the year, I remember, or at the All-Star break, I was having conversations with people how I was defending Ben Simmons being way better than Trae Young. And at this point, that looked stupid. I mean, I can't even say that anymore. Ben Simmons was an All-Star and Trae Young was not. You know, you looking at that series, you would think that one is a role player and the other is an MVP caliber player. So
exactly.
I mean, I think defensively, obviously, you lose a little bit. Ben Simmons being 6'10" and be able to guard 1 through 5. I love Ben Simmons for that reason. What he gives you defensively is unmatched. But I think Doc Rivers in the regular season anyways does a great job defensively. He did it in LA too, and he did it at Boston with Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and Kevin Garnett. Embiid is a super great defensive center. Danny Green is 3-and-D. Even Seth Curry is a super underrated defender. So they have guys that can defend. And I think the floor spacing, like Zach said, is just something that you can't really make up for with Ben Simmons and Damian Lillard giving you that pick and roll with him and Joel Embiid. I just don't see how teams would be able to stop that. You're going to have to help off somebody. And then that's when you would have Tobias Harris and Seth Curry in the corners, knockdown shooters. So, yeah, I think that it would make them a whole lot better, in my opinion.
That's fair. Do you think Cade Cunningham is going to make the Detroit Pistons? Detroit?
What's bro's name? Where does that place? What's bro's name? Oh, Killian Hayes. He didn't play last year because he got hurt, I believe. So he was supposed to be their project, their prototype player. So what does that do for him? Like, no team has seen him play. All you can go off of is all games and stuff like that. With Cade Cunningham, he's pretty proven on a collegiate level. So, like, do they throw their their practice player away? Not the practice player. I'm sorry. The what's it called? Project player, Killian Hayes away from Cade Cunningham. Like, is he gonna be worth it? We don't know yet. I guess they don't know until they try.
I don't know. I don't like Detroit having it, but that's just because, like, I'm selfish and I don't care for Detroit basketball. I liked Drummond when he was there, Reggie Jackson, Caldwell Pope, Greg Monroe. They were cool then, but, like, I believe Solomon Hill might have been on those teams too, your boy.
Let's find out.
Yeah. I hate that for him. Living in Detroit, like, come on, man. Like,
yeah,
there's like a very
Detroit
few
is
places. Like, if I was gonna be an NBA athlete, like, obviously, like, I would take that no matter where. But, like, I'd probably put, like, not because they're bad, but, like, I'd put, like, Detroit pretty low, like, on where I want to go, and, like, Cleveland.
I think Cleveland is the worst, then Detroit. But I think Detroit gets the pass because of that is we should do that.
I think Detroit's a lot worse.
I think Cleveland. You ever notice how every time, like, Cleveland is on the news or, like, you see something Cleveland based on TV, the sky is always gray.
Yeah, that's true.
That just doesn't bode well for me. And then Cleveland, bro, like Cleveland, like, Ohio. Ew,
at the same time, like, I'm scared of, like, not scared. Like, I would not want Detroit or Cleveland because of, like, mainly the crime rates. Like, everyone just says it's a bad place to live. There's a lot of poverty. But, like, Chicago, I would love to play for the Bulls.
I would,
like,
too.
Chicago, like,
I don't
know. But it's different parts of everything. Like, crime rate is apparently is, like, bad in Detroit, especially, like, now that they're kind of poor because they took the motor industry out there. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like you never really know a crime rate, like, for real until it happens around you. So I wouldn't even think about that. It's just, how would I feel knowing I got people visiting me? Like, why would I want somebody to visit me in Cleveland? I wouldn't want that for you. Now Detroit, I can at
I don't
least
want
like
that
apparently
for
they
you.
have.
I don't
Apparently
want that
Detroit
for
has
you.
like
That might go on our next shirt. I don't
Cleveland.
want that for
Cleveland
you.
does not have. Yeah, I'm pretty down on Ohio, but at least Detroit, they have pretty good food. I'm pretty sure they have pretty good food.
I mean,
And Ha Davis from Detroit, he's
like
cool.
honestly, would you want to live in Charlotte? Like, come on, like Raleigh. Like speaking of Raleigh, go Pack. Shout out
Okay.
Zach's hat.
On game.
Charlotte. Okay, never mind. Charlotte's cool. Charlotte's cool.
I was about to say, whoa, you
what's
tripping.
what are like three places? I think would all of
I
us
don't know about
agree
Milwaukee.
Detroit and Cleveland like are fair places like for NBA. I wouldn't want to live in Portland. Like that should like like Oregon or like who lives in Oregon? Like no offense to y'all that live in Oregon, but like that's like some Montana, North Dakota, like
That wouldn't be that bad. How would you guys feel about living in like Orlando?
it's expensive, but you're an NBA player at that point. You know,
Is it really though? I thought like the further south of Florida you get, it gets kind of like
geography
even.
So.
Well, Orlando, I remember Orlando was pretty cool to me. I don't think I would like to stay in Utah personally. Like I don't know about Utah, bro. Like I feel like I would get a lot of judgy looks. Like I feel like everybody's just walking around smiling, all happy and stuff, and then you trip and you cuss, and everybody looks at you. And then you get a ticket for cussing or something weird like that.
Where would you, if you had to pick like two places or three places to get drafted? Think about it for a second. Three places to get drafted, just not because of the team. Like this isn't like 10 years. Yeah, like
where would you like to live?
Who you play with? I think honestly, I would go with Charlotte because it's close to home. One of the LA teams, just because LA. And then maybe like
Miami.
No, not Miami. Not Miami. That's up there. That's up there. I was thinking New York. No, not Boston. I don't really know.
I say Charlotte just because I love Charlotte. You know what? I wish the Seattle Supersonics were still a thing because I love Seattle. I love it up there. So we got Charlotte. The next one, Golden State, the Bay Area.
Yeah, the Bay Area. Yeah, Bay Area.
Bay Area. And honestly, I'm trying to. Oh,
I got one.
Honestly, for real, I would love to be in DC.
DC, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fairly close.
Washington DC.
Not good in Minnesota
area.
either. I don't know why I didn't think it. No Minnesota, no chance.
Sonics, I wouldn't
cold up there.
OKC either.
Yeah, like
Oklahoma.
Or like Nashville, Memphis.
Yeah, that wouldn't be as bad.
I mean, that's close. That's just because we live here. I think
they got good food up there.
Memphis. Cole, where are you thinking? Where are you gonna get drafted? Where are you gonna go?
The Minnesota Timberwolves. So I can.
You for real would stay in Minnesota for real?
No, you wouldn't. You would not. You would not go to Minnesota.
I would go to Minnesota. So
I'd be on some Zach LaVine stuff if I got drafted by Minnesota, bro.
I would turn around that franchise for the better, and we would win a title under my leadership.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
I would choose the Knicks.
Cole, come on.
The Knicks because of the importance and significance of Madison Square Garden. I think that that's the coolest place in America to play basketball. Like Zion kind of said, like that's his favorite arena to play at other than New Orleans, which he's obligated to say other than New Orleans.
Oh, forgot about that.
But there, and then a third place. Maybe the Lakers, just because of historic of a franchise it is. I guess you could say the Celtics too. I mean, I guess it's all about what you want to do. Like if you wanted to be the face of like that whole franchise, maybe go somewhere there someone doesn't have like an absolutely superstar player like Charlotte or New Orleans, somewhere like that where you can maybe be the best player they've ever had all time. But
what about this? What if you got a 10-day contract tomorrow? Where would you go?
The Minnesota Timberwolves.
For the season, not for the finals, for the season.
Wait, Cole, I think you're thinking about this wrong. Like, where would you want to live? Forget the team.
The Minnesota Timberwolves.
You're the 12th man. Where would you like to be? Like,
He's a reserve, bro.
The Minnesota Timberwolves.
I was just making sure we're on the same page.
Zach just brought up a good point. Zion, does he want to get out? Have y'all seen that? Zach and Lane.
I heard a little bit of a
Yeah.
rumbling. Zion, a couple of members of his family aren't happy with the Pelicans, and I know he's came out publicly and talked in favor of MSG, like Colt was just talking about.
He wanted to get drafted by the Knicks too, because I remember there was all that hype
Mhm.
about him and Katie and Kyrie being on the same team that one off season, 2 years ago? They made all those pictures and jersey swaps and stuff because that's when Zion said it, and they had odds at the number 1 pick. They were top 3. They drafted RJ.
I don't. You remember I don't know about that. I think Zion's gonna stay because, for one, it's already kind of weird where people say his family isn't happy. Like, bro, we don't know those people. We just know Zion. We don't care. You remember they already got Coach K in a little bit of trouble. Talk about the benefits and stuff. And now they think that's gonna carry over to the pros. I don't know about that one, Chief. He's probably, I don't know what he's trying to do. I can't, him or Luka, I can't see either of them leaving because for what? Like Zion, he was a perennial, he was close to doing pretty good in the games he did play. And then I think this season where he almost had a pretty full season, like his whole team is young. There's only a couple guys that's like significantly older than him. And I feel like this is one of those opportunities where this is me personally. If I just want to grow with somebody, like I don't want to leave a team and then have to play rookie all over again. But I don't know.
That's
Zion isn't built like me, as you can see.
Yeah. Yeah. Transitioning. Not really. Phoenix or LA, real quick, who do you guys have? I've got LA Clippers winning the series.
No, you don't.
Oh yeah, I definitely do.
Wow.
It's tough, but I'm sticking with LA. They've been down 2-0 before. Paul George, if he makes his free throws, Paul George played some of the most clutch basketball in NBA history the other night, and then he missed 2 free throws, so it's not remembered. But the last 2.5 minutes, Paul George went off. I like the Clippers to win solely because, Chris Paul, I like the Clippers in 7. Clips in 7.
Oh.
Clips in 7. It doesn't matter. Who do y'all have?
Zach, what you got? You first.
Does it for? No, I'm kidding. No, seriously though. For real though. Nah, man. The Suns are playing well right now. CP3, as at the time of recording, just came back. Game 3 is on. He's back. Kawhi, we still don't really know the timeline for him. His injury is very serious, so he doesn't return. I just don't think down 2-0 would be an impressive comeback. Give a lot of respect to the Clips, but no, seriously, can't go against the Suns right now. 2-0. I got Suns in 5.
I'm gonna have Suns. It's got to be 4.
I say Suns in 6, just because of D-Book. That man, the first game he played, he went out for a triple-double, and he's the last Kobe protege left, so to speak, if I'm thinking right. Yeah, he's the last Kobe protege left. And if you've ever seen that movie, 6 Man with Marlon Wayans, I don't know, man. Kobe might be in Arizona with them or something. I don't know. You got to check his shoes. He got the shoes. So we'll see how.
He got the mask on too tonight.
He got the mask on, bro. He got the mask. They already done broke his nose, so that had to turn on his fight or flight for the rest of the series, and is up with Pat Beverly. Pat Beverly ain't never lost a fight. He's about to lose one to Drake Jr., Devin Booker.
Cool. This series, who you got?
I've got the Suns in 4. I think any chance that the Clippers had throughout the series was decided last night with 0.8 seconds left, and they gave up a buzzer beater, an alley-oop just over the top where DeAndre Ayton put his nuts on Zubac's neck. I'm just looking at it. The series is in LA, so they've got that advantage. But at the end of the day, their best player is a huge question mark. We don't know if he's going to play another game. And the Suns are getting back Chris Paul, who is one of the best playoff performers that we've seen in recent history. The way that they're playing defense, the way that their role players are playing, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Cameron Payne off the bench is giving them a good boost. Devin Booker is doing Devin Booker things, and you add Chris Paul back to that mix with the way that DeAndre Ayton's playing, they're going to the finals. I think that the series ends up very fast. I've got Suns in 4. I think it's a sweep.
Hey, can we talk about that last play? So apparently, I'm the Twitter fiend out the group. People were putting clips of that last play, and apparently within that last 0.8 seconds, that's something I had to realize. Like when I coached basketball, I didn't realize how important time was, but literally every second counts. But like when that play happened, I think he came off a screen, and I think Zubac got pushed into Devin Booker, and he'd been in the weight room, so I guess that slowed him down a lot more than it did. But still, I don't know how that worked out. Apparently, it was some rule where the ball, something about the cylinder of something about goaltending. Apparently, some people said it should have been goaltending. Some people said it was above the invisible cylinder. I ain't trying to hear that. If he got off that clearly for that off of alley-oop, they got some work to do regardless. Because even the pass got in pretty cleanly. Like it was perfect, right on point where it needed to be for that play to happen.
Great pass by Jay Crowder. But
and I don't even know like how would you stop that? I guess you could sub in everybody tall. I don't know, but that pass was super on point. Jay Crowder surprisingly comes. He does something right because Jay Crowder been off and on.
Yeah,
and like
the
now
Celtics and stuff.
I don't know what type of CP3 secret stuff he got, but with thread the needle, I don't know. I know they're gonna update that on 2K. It's gonna be a glitch or something.
Real quick, 10 seconds. Bucks and Hawks. I've got Bucks in 6. I think that they're too good. I think that eventually that they're going to throw Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton into Trae Young. They're two great defenders, two of the best defenders on the guard spot in the league, 2 all defensive guys every year. I think they're going to figure out how to stop Trae Young. Their next player, John Collins, Giannis on him. Defensive guy, defense player of the year candidate every year. I got Bucks in 6.
I'll go. I'm gonna go with Bucks in 6, but not for the same reason. I feel like the Hawks got what they wanted with Nate McMillan as coach. For the longest time, Nate McMillan has never really been a terrible coach. Like Steve Clifford, who's the coach of the Magic, he's been given chance after chance after chance, and I'm pretty sure.
Time's up.
Okay, but
I'm kidding.
Bucks. Oh, I forgot you said the time. Man, F your time. Anyway, Bucks in 6. I'll discuss later when we get to it.
Go ahead and go. I'll keep it quick. I think Bucks in 7. I think I gained a lot of respect for the Hawks and what they were able to do in game 1 especially. But it really seemed like when the Bucks needed a bucket, they were just a little bit physically stronger. Obviously, Giannis, massive. Tough to stop him in the paint. The Hawks didn't really have an answer when it really came down to it. Bucks will grind it out in 7.
I've got the Hawks in 7. I just think that it showed yesterday how the Bucks have 3 big guys. They have Holiday, Middleton, and Giannis. Giannis did not play a bad game. Holiday played an amazing game, but Chris Middleton shot 0 for 9 for 3.
Not gonna happen.
I think for them to win, all 3 of those guys have got to play well. Chris Middleton has had a history of not performing or standing up in the playoffs when Giannis needed him. Giannis, I mean, I have nothing but respect for Giannis. I always give my friends a hard time because they're big Giannis fans, but Giannis performs. I'm a huge Drew Holiday fan. I think he's the most underrated player in the whole league. I love Drew Holiday.
Talk to him, Cole. Talk to him.
I think that Trae Young, John Collins, and then Kevin Huerter has come out of nowhere. Gallinari's doing his thing. Capella's doing his thing. And I completely forgot that they had Lou Will off the bench. I like the Hawks in this series. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but I like the Hawks.
Rondo, too. Is Rondo still in there?
He plays for the Clippers now.
Clippers. When was he? Was that this year or last year?
The Lou Will for Rajon Rondo swap.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Imagine if the Hawks are the team to pull Atlanta out of the purgatory playoff, that's the word for it. Playoff purgatory they've been in for so long.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and transition. What's some baseball? Go Pack. Can we get some Go Pack,
Dang.
baby? Go Pack.
Packs across the board.
Monday from those boys. Looking at Sam Highfill, what a beauty.
What 7 innings was it? 6 and 2 innings or something?
Innings, no runs allowed. And Cole, who went yard?
Who went yard?
Who was it?
My boy
Talk to
Terrell
him.
Tatum. We
Talk
had
to him.
Hello.
4 hits
Yes,
on the game.
sir.
But I mean, like Zach said, so State, I mean, if you guys don't really watch NC State baseball, like I'm just going to go ahead and break it down for you. Offensively, State is like super talented. I'm not worried about State's offense at all. I'm confident that if State's starting pitcher can go 6 innings in the game, that will win the game. Basically, the way that it works, State has 3 starters. They have Wilsden, Highfill, and then Johnston, and then they have 2 solid arms in the bullpen. They have Billiman and Justice. If you can get it to 7 for Justice and Billiman, especially Justice with the way that he's been pitching lately, I think that it's wraps. If we can get a couple of guys swinging the bat good at the same time, the first game, Butler, McDonough, all of those guys are swinging the bat, but a couple of guys like Tresh, Torres, and Tatum won't swing the bat. Against Vanderbilt, obviously Tatum had that big hit, but none of the other guys were doing nothing. Granted, they were facing a top 3 pick and Leiter. But it doesn't get easier. We have Vanderbilt, we have Rocker. If we lose the Rocker, then we've got Leiter again. So they've got to step up. They're playing good pitching, and hopefully we can get to that championship series where we'll face either Texas, Virginia, or Mississippi State. So we'll see what happens.
It's up, Vandy. It's up. It is
So
up.
State plays Vanderbilt. State has to win 1 game. Vanderbilt has to win 2 consecutive. What are you looking for Vandy? They had a walk-off the other night. Long game. A lot of runs scored, a lot of arms used, a lot of pitches used. Who's Vandy? Excuse me. Who's Vandy starting against us tomorrow? Or
Rocker.
whenever you're
It's
listening?
tomorrow, Rocker.
Rocker.
Then you'll probably
So-
come back with Rocker tomorrow.
So that's the X factor. That's the X factor right there. When Vanderbilt opened up against Arizona, they were able to win that game in 11 or 12 innings. I think it was. I watched the game. But Rocker in the College World Series, Kumar Rocker's ERA is sub 2. It's insane.
Yeah.
But against Arizona, he went 5 1/3 and gave up 5 or 6 earned runs. So if he can only go, if State can get him out of the game quick, like Zach says, Zach is one about running the pitch count up. Then I think if you can get to that bullpen quick, like Ryan said, they used up a bunch of arms last night. If you can get to that bullpen in the 5th or 6th inning, then I think Vanderbilt is in trouble.
Yeah, so I watched one of the first games and back in the regional, back when Kumar was pitching against ECU in the regional, great team in ECU. They had a great pitcher on the mound as well. His name's Gavin Williams. They were both shoving the entire game. They let Kumar go 7, 8 innings into the game, shut him down through a shutout. So I think that the NC State offense has seen a lot of good pitchers recently. You guys said they saw the Arkansas SEC pitcher of the year, of course. I think that the NC State lineup is up to it if they can get him out 6 innings, maybe even 7. If we can get a good start, I really think that that's going to be the key to game tomorrow.
State is for the most part going to score, I think, 3 runs? Give or take 2 to 3 runs.
We got 3 Tatum home runs.
Probably maybe 5 or 6 actually.
I say 2 or 3. I say 2. I'm gonna go with 2. I'm gonna go with the safe bet of 2.
Yeah.
Just
2 home runs in the
I don't know,
first
that
inning.
one-
I like
that
it. I
one
like
run-
it. 2 in the first inning.
Hey, shout out my brother Sam. He's been putting on for State. If you ever see a dude with a black backwards P hat, that's my brother right there. But
Actually,
surprisingly-
like an actual brother.
So,
yeah,
Like
nah,
blood?
yeah, it's deeper than blood.
Oh,
No,
word.
anyway, but no, this whole State run has actually gotten me to appreciate quote unquote baseball. So like, I wish them the best, but like that one run, I don't know, that kind of got me shook for like the next up because SEC baseball. We already took one SEC powerhouse out, so we just got to keep the ball rolling. So I'm gonna go with 2 runs. I'm gonna go final
rolling on
score
the other
2-1.
side. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just completely interrupted.
No, I said final score 2-1. You good?
Oh, 2-1. The other side, we have Texas. This game's like rained out. It's in a rain delay right now, right?
yeah, at the time.
What is it?
The
Texas,
Texas, Virginia.
Virginia.
Oh,
Ooh, do we want to see an ACC matchup?
If State made it to the finals and I got to hand pick who we played in a 3-game series, I would want it to be Virginia.
Yeah.
I think Virginia is the least talented team that was in that 4-team bracket of Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, and Mississippi State. Granted, they're playing well recently, but kind of like State has in the World Series. They're not scoring many runs, but they're riding on the shoulders of their starting pitching. I think that fizzles soon. They play Texas. Texas is one of the toughest teams in the nation. I think Texas beats them. And then obviously the winner would have to play Mississippi State and beat them twice. Mississippi State is also a super tough team, but if I got a hand pick, it would be Virginia and then Mississippi State and then Texas. I wouldn't want to face Texas at all.
I would also personally handpick Virginia. Obviously weaker. They are the weakest team left, I think. And ACC matchups always cool to see. But obviously State versus anybody, we'll take them. Keep putting the bat on the ball, more than one run a game. I mean, more than one run because we don't need that heart attack in the 9th inning like normal. But I like to say I do think personally Rocker's going to win the first game, but I do think State's going to come through and win the second game. Just like State, we got to score more than one run to beat Vandy. We're not going to beat them with one run every single game. Let me rephrase everything I said. If State scores more than 3, if they score 3, they're going to lose. If they score 4, they'll win, I think.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think.
Yeah, I got you.
And honestly, it very – yeah.
Because you like if it was 3-3, they probably wouldn't hold. It probably wouldn't hold up in extra innings. You don't have overtime in baseball, but yeah.
I think that these are going to be games like it's been with State the last few. The last team to score is going to win. Not necessarily the first team, but the last team. The team that gets hot in the 6th and the 7th innings, maybe even the 8th. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that team that scores then is gonna win the game. I think they'll be close, obviously, but I think State's got the whole mojo going on right now. Like everyone's like State. Portnoy. Yeah. Portnoy.
Yeah.
He. Hey. And have you guys seen that video of him in the float in the pool, just screeching "Go Pack"?
Well,
yeah, we're loving that. Barstool's loving that, or NC State Barstool. I love it.
It's been an absolute wagon if you're a gambler, by the way.
The gambling ticker.
Hey, what's the gambling thing? Like the gambling ticker is something. What's the gambling word for like the bets you should place or something?
Lock.
Is a word for it. Huh?
You lock? Like you're locked?
Yeah, the lock. Well, it was another word I'm thinking of. I'll think of it probably next. Parlay. That's what it is. Parlay. Yeah. There you go. Hey, look at it.
Parlay State, Terrell Tatum, 3 home runs first inning. Like the odds on that are probably like plus 20 million, but like it's probably gonna happen. So like as Pub Sports Talk says, hammer down, baby, hammer down. So hopping off of that, pitching in the MLB. Scherzer's pissed. Sergio Romo's pissed. Garrett Cole's pissed. The Phillies are made everyone mad. Like, what are you guys thinking about that? Like, you guys saw Scherzer got checked, 3 times in, 5 innings the other day? And then his third time, first time he's really, so he took off his hat, the little thing, the little pitch card, or he had that fell out, all that stuff. And he showed him his glove. He was fine. Second time he was irritated. The third time he threw his hat and his glove down, ripped off his belt. I don't like this. I don't like the way they're going about it.
Specifically the Scherzer incident, basically what happened was the Phillies manager Girardi requested the umpires do an extra check on Scherzer reportedly because they saw him running his hand through his hair, excessive amount which they quote hadn't seen before. So that obviously infuriated Scherzer, who's already probably upset, just like most of the pitchers in the league, about this being done, thrust on them mid-season. So I don't know. It's a little bit overkill, and I think everybody knows that. I think Manfred knows that, and he'll see that in the coming weeks very soon. And I think they'll have to do something, some kind of adjustment. But yeah, I get why they're mad, but I don't know.
I hate it. I mean, Scherzer's the top 7 guy, 5
I'd say
pitcher in the league,
5.
top 5 pitcher in the league. And like Garrett Cole's a top 5 pitcher. DeGrom got checked. He's a top 5, right? DeGrom did get checked, right? Did he?
Yeah, he got checked.
Yeah, he got.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but like, I just think it's truly like call out like Girardi did these extra checks. I just think that's completely insulting to these guys that are
disrespectful to a guy, Max Scherzer, who like you said, like he's saying top 5 pitcher. There was definitely a few years in a row where he was the best pitcher in the league.
When they won the World Series, he was arguably top 1, top 2.
I think it's disrespectful.
I agree, but like I think it's like Zach said, complete overkill. I can't stand it. Like these guys are busting their and like you got to be crazy to be a pitcher in any level, really. Like in high school, like yeah, your arm's gonna hurt. College, that's all you do. Your arm's probably always hurting. Like you got all these things you do, but as a major league pitcher to go out there every 5 nights and throw 100 pitches at 100 miles an hour, you've got to be crazy to do that and do the permanent damage to your arm. Like kudos to those guys that do it and make it look easy, but don't insult a crazy man. Like don't.
Crazy.
Like he's got 2 different colored eyes already. Like,
Cole, are you serious?
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah.
It's like he was born with.
Oh, he's like a wolf. What's the joint? A husky.
Husky, I think, right? Maybe.
Yeah, huskies can.
They did.
Some of them have like blue eyes.
Yeah.
Well, Scherzer has literally 1 blue eye and 1 what? Yellow? Is it or? It's weird.
Green.
Gray. I don't know.
So it's like gray.
We'll throw a picture of him in the. We'll throw a picture of him in the thumbnail. Him and Zach Levine getting drafted by the Timberwolves. Cole, what do you think about the pitchers? What's going on with the pitchers?
I think the optics for this are absolutely terrible. It's shedding a bad light on the game of baseball and the MLB that you have to do this. Like, I don't know, like it would be kind of like, to put it in perspective for people who don't watch the MLB like that, like kind of watching an NBA game and imagine after time everyone gets subbed out of the game, they have to piss in a cup and they test it for steroids. Like, it's just annoying. Like, it's just like the optics are bad. Nobody trusts the players at this point, which I'm not agreeing with some of the pitchers like Trevor Bauer to the point where foreign substances should be used. Like, I don't agree with that. Some things like I don't really have a problem with, like sunscreen and like using like the sweat of their hair to get a grip of the ball, the chalk obviously that they bring with them behind the mound. It's getting hard for the pitchers. But at the end of the day, you can't use illegal and foreign substances to gain an advantage over the hitters, because that's just simply unfair. But like the way that they're going about it, the optics for it, the way that they're implementing it mid-season when we're about 45% of the way through the season, it's just not a good look for Rob Manfred and just the entire MLB in general.
I agree. I'm with you. So transitioning from there, obviously we said last week we'll know more when we know more. This is going to keep going on into next week after. Obviously, it's only going to get worse at this point. I don't think it really gets better because these guys, when they get off the field, they don't want to like have to take more time. Like they're trying to sit down, relax their legs, relax their arm, watch your team hit. Then it just takes time out of the recovery process. The very small time they do have to recover in between innings, but Let's transition. Olympics coming up. We were talking about the trials last week. Team USA rosters have been announced for men and women. And the biggest thing is in the WNBA, I'm not sure how to fully pronounce her name. Nneka
wait, hold on.
The WNBA MVP, I feel so bad. I can't quite pronounce her name. It's like a Giannis
Ogwumike.
Yeah.
Ogwumike.
Yes.
Her. Ogwumike.
Yeah. She didn't make the Team USA.
They said that it was because of citing health concerns where she had like problems with her knee. And I guess they said, "Oh, we just want you to rest." But I don't know. It kind of sounded like some hater talk to me. Because she was statistically, I had to look it up, but she was statistically ridiculous across the board. And
Ogwumike, that's how you pronounce it. Looked it up. Ogwumike. Agwumike, sorry. But the injury thing, but she also got snubbed from 2016 Rio team.
Mm-hmm. I think it was.
Is this some Isaiah
Candace
Thomas
Parker
stuff?
did too, I believe.
Isaiah Thomas dream team?
Yeah, she met the requirements.
Met the requirements.
But I didn't get
Obviously,
picked.
one of the best players.
Yeah.
Got left off the team. Her and was it Candace Parker?
Candace Parker again, but Candace Parker, after she got snubbed, I think the first time, she was like, "Don't even worry about it." So, but she still got left off. Elena Deladon, she got left off. What else did I say? I saw apparently somebody on Twitter said that it was like some sort of not really a political process, but apparently the process in order to get chosen for that, in order to get chosen for the Olympic team is like kind of BS. I don't know exactly what she was talking about, but I would be willing to find out because these are some significant players that they're leaving out. Yeah.
I mean,
Elena Deladon, Candace Parker,
back a few years ago, Candace Parker, she said that she didn't want to play for Team USA anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's just weird to think about this. There's a lot of UConn girls on the team, which is weird because Dawn Staley is the head coach at South Carolina. She's head coach Team USA. A lot of UConn girls on this team. I don't know.
They also, speaking of it, it just made me think about it. You know, Maya Moore, she opted out for, I think, this past season and the season before. Like, she hasn't played in a while. But I'm pretty sure she got snubbed back then. Either she got snubbed or like that was one of the years where she was just not playing.
Yeah.
I'm really like, whoever it was, I forgot her name, but she made like a whole thread like airing out the decision process of choosing these WNBA players because it's kind of weird because when you look at the NBA and you see the players that do make it, you like, all right, except that 2019 roster is sus to me, but like
16
nobody else. 2019, yeah, it was 2019 because I don't think they had one for 2020.
Was it FIBA?
It's okay.
No, I thought it was Olympics.
Olympics is it before.
Huh? Oh, well, I'm tripping.
Wow.
Wait. Oh, chill.
Let's clown Keith in the comments.
Chill on me. Well, it must have been FIBA. I remember it.
No, I know what you're talking about. That team was like Harrison Barnes was on that team.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like Harrison Barnes was cool in theory, but I like even in college, I'm like, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. And then
don't disrespect Harrison Barnes. I will unleash on
He did what he needed to do. He does like I don't even know what his job in the league is, but he does it. But when he got on the team, I was like, and then I saw the rest of the roster. I'm like, so this is for real, like what the U.S. looks like now as far as sports. Because I think it was one of those things where like nobody else wanted to do it, and they jumped at the opportunity to do it. So yeah, if it was like that, so be it. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
The Team USA rosters are always crazy. I mean, just looking at the roster this year, I mean, obviously no LeBron, no Steph Curry, no James Harden, no Chris Paul. Like these are all all-star caliber players.
But you gotta think about
Kawhi's hurt, but like still
you gotta think about the age too.
I know, no Paul George, no Jimmy Butler. Klay Thompson's been a regular. Melo's been a regular. Well, obviously Melo
got a lot.
You got to put Melo on there just like as the 13th man.
No, he all right. Melo's all right.
Melo's only got like right now. Golds.
He's going through something right now.
Melo has what, 3 golds and 1 bronze?
I thought it was like more than that. I thought.
Well, like Olympic wise, I don't think it can be more because he got I don't know, but anyways, I don't know. Men's roster also came out. Obviously, Bam Adebayo, Miami Heat, Bradley Beal, Wizards, Devin Booker, KD, Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant and Kevin Love are the 2 weirdest. Jeremy Grant, Draymond Green, Drew Holiday, Zach LaVine, Dame Lillard, Kevin Love, Chris Middleton, Jason Tatum. The Kevin Love has to be like the vet, been on Team USA presence, and Jeremy Grant is good.
He was good. I mean, He was literally.
No, he's not.
the
But like he's like the
he's-
odd man out, you know.
Yeah, like when I
like
saw him, I
not
was like,
all-star.
oh snap, they actually noticed him enough to put him on there. So that's good for Jeremy.
I can't wait for Damian Lillard to literally score 68 points on every other country. Like he's gonna score 1,776 like points in the whole tournament. Just to prove the point. Anybody 1770? Anybody? No. Okay. I'm sorry.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, yes.
I love Olympic basketball, but
yeah, we know.
yeah. Team USA. That's our basketball. We talked about our baseball. Anything NFL? I know Micah Parsons looks good.
They
Trevor
say
Lawrence's
they're bringing
wife
back.
is going to a club every night. Follow her on
Who's?
Instagram. It's true.
Who?
Look it up.
Who?
Trevor Lawrence's
know?
wife.
Why you in
She's
her
always
business,
at
man?
a party or a club. Look
She-
it up. Look at her Instagram.
Bro, she
She's
can't be
always-
Christian forever, man. But they're bringing back the alternate helmets, so I guess that's especially cool for y'all because I didn't even realize. I was thinking about. I was like, dog, do the Cowboys have a white helmet? And you do. They just didn't allow y'all to wear it for a while, so that's
We
cool
haven't
for
worn it
y'all.
since 2012 on Thanksgiving against the Redskins. Des Bryant had about 800 yards that game, but still lost.
See, you bring up old stuff, man. We thinking ahead, though. Thinking ahead.
Yeah, we're
for your
thinking ahead to when Amari Cooper
And-
has 800 yards.
Hey, I don't think it's much going on in the NFL. They're just getting past like OTA. This is random, like this is kind of niche, but Kadarius Toney, who used to play for Florida, electric receiver, little small tiny guy killing defense and stuff. They drafted him in the first round with the Giants, and apparently, I don't know what's been going on with him, but they said he's been skipping OTAs, citing family issues, blah blah blah, all this stuff. And articles were saying like that was a problem with him before, but he was in college and he was just like missing practices. And apparently, one game he had one cleat but didn't have another. So I don't know him like that. Like I don't follow him on Instagram enough to know what type of person he is. Maybe he is fast, so maybe he ran out of his cleat and just didn't know. But we'll see what's going on with that. Falcons getting some cap space, so we'll see what happens with that as well.
You know what our listeners are about to get?
What's that?
The fun fact of the day. What's our fun fact of the episode?
All right. So today's fun fact is something that I came across on Instagram that I thought was interesting. So as some of you may know, Keenan Allen, route runner extraordinaire, is from Greensboro, North Carolina. Killed it up at Cal, killing it up there at, where are they at now? Los Angeles?
Yeah, Chargers.
Los Angeles. So I follow him on Instagram, and I didn't know this man can play piano and sing. So yeah, that's just a regular fact. Like football players do other stuff outside of football. They're talented, especially the ones from North Carolina. They do numbers at everything because we're great at everything. So yeah, Keenan Allen album dropping soon. Be on the lookout.
Colt, you're pacing over there.
No, I'm
You don't
good.
think he can
Boston
sing?
just lost off of a wild pitch, so
Oh!
Hey, he was about to cuss out all the viewers.
nah. I
Vaccine beats
I
gold
find it
standard.
extremely upsetting to lose a baseball game when you've given up 2 hits in 9 innings. But
Good
Is-
night.
Isn't that no? Vanderbilt
Wait.
won off of a walk off. No, did they win off of a walk off?
yeah,
Somebody, yeah, it was about, or a walk off. Wait, or a wild. Somebody went off of a wild pitch not too
it
long
was
ago.
Vanderbilt.
It was Vanderbilt. Yeah,
Heck, man.
crazy.
Oh man.
Wow.
So
how
you put
the
it back in the
turntables.
atmosphere because it might happen again.
Thing is, like, State won't throw any wild pitches.
Yeah, like we'll probably be up at like 150, like in the third
Yeah.
inning. So like I don't think it'll matter. But
Yes,
I
sir.
think there it is. Do you guys have any more sports news? Anything we've missed? Zach?
I'll shout out Wander Franco's debut. I had to get it in there. Had a sensational debut. Drew a walk in his first debut after being down 0-2. Went yard, tied up the game. They go on to lose, but it was a great debut for the number 1 prospect in MLB, and that's big news for Tampa. So wanted to shout him out. But other than that,
Get more than 50 people in the stadium every game.
get some actual
And
fans that actually exist. Apparently, didn't know about that. Holy.
Shout out Wander Franco.
Wander Franco. Yeah.
Anything else?
You also wanted to shout out one more time before I leave. Have to shout out Sam Highfill again. He was shoving absolute beauty. Just had to get it in there one last time.
Oh yeah. All right, Colt, what you got? Who are you gonna talk to before you leave?
I don't got nothing to say, man. I don't have anything to say.
Oh, it's a bad day for Colt.
I'm upset.
Not a bad night.
It's a
Man,
bad night.
I'm upset. So I don't got nothing to say.
I'm
You about
upset.
to call him and cuss him out.
You're not gonna shout out anybody. You're not gonna shout out Dak. Wow, 27 episodes, and this is the first one.
I don't got nothing to say.
Your comeback player of the year this season.
MVP.
What did the light
probably.
just come on? Oh,
Colt.
no,
Killing it,
Cole,
man. Keith,
come
what you
on,
got?
brother.
What you got, Keith?
Hey, first off, let me shout out Mikey Williams. Hey, if you're listening, which I know you will be soon, it is not sweet in North Carolina. All right, you go climb your way back up. We believe in you. But just know it ain't sweet in North Carolina. Build your way back up. The league's all you. Second of all, it's nice outside. Go get some fresh air, some sunlight. Talk to your friends and family. Third of all, keep going. You're doing great. I love you. Fourth of all, go pack, roll pack, gang only, OTF.
There it is.
That's it.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Deuces.
Wow. Thank you guys so much for listening. This was episode 27. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to comment down below. Keith's back. There he is. Yeah, make sure to comment down below. As always, shout out Pub Sports Talk. Shout out Johnson Lamb. If you guys need merch or anything made by them, please hit them up. Let them know that we sent you for the score. So that's all we really got. I'm going to talk for Colt. Shout out Dak Prescott, MVP. Shout out Xander Bogaerts. I can't even say it. All right, there you are. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll catch you guys next week.